Hi everyone, it's Bleaching Nails. Today I'm going to show you guys some little tricks. This is a 36 count palette that I bought on Amazon. This is through Tim Holtz. This is where I'm learning all of my alcohol inks. It's technically made for crafting, and if you start looking into a lot of the bloggers that craft and make craft cards, you'll see a lot of different things that they're able to achieve on paper, which is what I'm trying to also achieve on an actual nail. Not all techniques work, and not all products are working on top of a nail like it would on top of paper. But this here, what I am doing is I am taking my alcohol inks and I am filling the little hole up, and it's honestly, it's probably about 10 to 12 drops. You just want to cover the bottom. It kind of fills up. If you look over here, some of mine got a little bit messy. These are just alcohol inks. Alcohol ink dries within 7 seconds. I went ahead and I made little labels out of hearts. I hole punched them out and put the colors on top of it so I can see, because once the ink dries, it's harder to see what color is what. Unfortunately, mine got knocked off my desk and my thing broke. So, thanks to my puppies. So this is what I have, and they're all dry. Nothing transfers over. Like I said, it doesn't take very long for these to dry if you go ahead and make one up. But what you can do with these is you can actually activate these with blending solution. Water will do it too, so will rubbing alcohol. It doesn't matter what percentage alcohol you use, to be honest with you. You just get your little brush wet, and you dip in there, and voila, you've got alcohol inks with massive control. Whether if you want to do it with a detailed brush or if you want to do it with a fan brush. And I'm going to show you another trick that I use on my actual real nails. And I just did a sample here on my pinky, and I have my pointer finger ready to show you. And we're going to art these puppies up, and we are going to use our dry palette. So stay tuned. Okay, a couple of things. I bought these little containers at the dollar store. I've had these for quite some time. And I went ahead and I filled one up with some rubbing alcohol. It stays, it's not drying up on me, so it works great. That's an empty one. Here is mine with the liquid in there. And also with bloggers, with crafting, they make dabbers. Now, if you've been to Joann Fabrics or to Michael's and you've gone down the inking aisle, you'll see that they have little foam dabbers. Now, you can buy those, and you have to keep on buying those refill heads, which can cost, you know, down the road. And, you know, as nail artist stampers, you know, we all like to be frugal. Well, I did try PVC, and I stuck a makeup wedge inside there. It was okay. I didn't care for it, to be honest with you. I didn't like the way it looked. So I bought, this isn't any better, but at least I can hold on to it. This is a, to go on the bottom of a chair. I found it at my local hardware store. It was like maybe 60 cents, 70 cents. But I went ahead and I shoved a makeup brush in here. Now, what's great with this, you can actually use this if you want to do gradient nails, even with nail polish. You're not getting your fingers all messy. You don't have to sit there and worry about the tweezers. You can just go at it, or you can go this way. It doesn't matter. If you can also use this with ink. With a lot of crafters using alcohol inks, they dedicate each stamper to a certain color. That way, they'll have like a whole container full of these, of 24 or however many inks that they have, and it's just for that color only. And of course, they're using it on paper, we're using it on nails, and you could dab it onto your nails if you want to do a sponge effect like that. Now, what I did here on my pinky is this color here. I believe this is called Stream. And what I did was I just got I did a detail brush. This is all I'm using right now. And I just dipped it in my rubbing alcohol, wipe it off. And when I put it in here, it's activating it. There's the bottom of the paper plate. You see the color? When I dip it back in the alcohol, I can thin it out. Make the color lighter if I wish. That's drawing with alcohol inks. And then I don't have to worry about putting this on a piece of plastic and, you know, wasting You're going to get quite a lot of drops in here, but you're also going to notice your bottle's going to go down very quickly. Here, I'm not wasting. I'm wasting a lot less. It's already dried up, and alcohol inks are made to do this too. This is what Tim also, if you Google him or look him up on YouTube, you'll see him making one of these. This is where I got the idea from. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go into the blue. I'm going to move it out of the way a little bit. And we're going to just color in. Now that's really, I'm using it for lead lighting, is what I'm doing. This color is not being any issues or anything like that for me over my black base. I stamped in white, then I clear coated. If you alcohol ink your nails and don't clear coat them yet, and then you stamp over that, and depending on what kind of effect that you want, if you want more of the water bubble effect where you have the darker out ring, then you're going to have to set the ink before you top coat. But if you want a nice blended color in there, if you stamp in white, that stamped color will bleed through. Your alcohol inks will bleed through that stamped color. I did a purple mani that way, and it came out really good. I was really pleased with it. It gave me great, and I was using, I believe it was purples. So I really like that. Now if you're worried about getting it on your skin or staining, I am going to show you another little trick that everybody has. It's not going to cost you any extra money to go to Amazon and order it or concoction to make. It's very easy to do. That's just a quick, easy. You can mix colors, blend colors. You can mix your alcohol inks and create a new color and make it into a new pot. Now here's the trick. What I've been doing to keep the alcohol inks off of my skin is I'm not using the liquid latex, I'm not using the hair glue, I'm not using Elmer's glue. I'm using clear nail polish. I'm using cheap nail polish. This is from Dollar Tree. I've actually had this for years. This is LA Colors. And what you do is I'm going to paint this all along my area here. And it's okay if I get it on my nail. It's just clear coat. But if I get ink on this area, at least I can wipe it off with acetone. Make sure you get underneath here. A lot of people tend to forget that inks, just like the paints, they love to hide underneath there. Get as close as you can. Don't worry if you hit your nail. It's clear nail polish. You're not going to be able to tell. Did you also know that alcohol inks, just like acrylic paints too as well, and all the other different mediums, they have a resistance. And I highly doubt I will find the swatch stick handy to show you. But I did a swatch stick where I took a white crayon. I'm going to let this dry. I took a white crayon and I wrote beach on it. And then I slapped on the alcohol inks, a bunch of it, let it all dry, and the word beach came through because the wax from the crayon resisted the alcohol and it left the void. Pretty cool, huh? Gonna sit here and wait for this to dry up. And what we're going to do is, let me see here if I can find I don't want too big of a brush. We'll use this one. I actually got these with some of my paints. And we're going to use the same blue, but let's mix it up with maybe some of this. Now, Tim Holtz, I've done a lot of research on this. I've been staying up late, reading on it and everything. They're colors that come 3 in a pack. There's a reason why there's those three colors that are together. Those three colors coordinate together. Those three colors will match if you use all three together in a project. That's why he does the three together. Just got my brush wet here. And I'm going to start first with my middle finger, which you can't see in the frame here. Let me load up my brush. Alright, you see it on my brush. And all I'm going to do is, look at that. Fan it across. I go back and forth, I can go up and down. Stipple it, doesn't matter. This one is, with this technique that I'm using, stippling it, kind of like doing the chisel on it, is giving it like a stone wash look. I'm going in, adding just a little bit more paint, just so I can have some darker areas, some fresh paint on there. Let's go ahead and do, this is going to be weird for me having like so many matching nails. Go ahead and do this one now. A little bit more alcohol to my brush just to get it wet so I can pick up some more paints. Or inks, I should say. Getting all my medians mixed up here. I'm using so many different ones these days. But I will say, I do miss my polishes. Look at that one. I like that one much better than that one. I have to add some more. And you know why? It's because my brush was more wet. Alcohol inks is another one of those mediums too. It's actually kind of forgiving. It takes, again, maybe 7 to 10 seconds for the stuff to dry on its own. When you start adding alcohol to it, it may take a little bit longer to dry. But blending solution, according to Tim Holtz, who is the maker of all these alcohol inks, the blending solution will clean your brush completely clean. It will also, activates the alcohol inks to thin them out and kind of make them a little bit like watercolors. Blending solution also will erase and allow you to do a different color. If I didn't want to do this blue, the blending solution will allow me to take it off. It's like an eraser and yet an activator all in one. It's pretty neat. Again, he's got YouTube videos. There's actually blogs. He's done craft shows. I've watched things from him at the craft shows. It's truly amazing. I'm sure he'd be blown away if he knew that, you know, we're all using it on our nails. Don't know if it's really all that great too. That's why I always have a protective base cover on your actual nail. Okay, now I am in need of better cleanup brushes. So I am working with just an e.l.f. brush right now. It's a square tip, which I do like the square tip. To me, these bristles are a little bit softer than what I would like. And we're just going to go in, and what we're removing is that clear coat polish, which our ink stuck to that. This is why it's so important to get as close, and it's okay if you get it up on your nail, the clear coat. Oh, you see that? I just hit that with that. Oh. Good thing I got my stuff still out. I'm going to go ahead and get some more ink, and I have to be a little bit more careful here because I did remove my clear coat. Oh, fixed it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and clean this up and we'll come back. My cuticles are really bad. I'm having a really bad snow days here. And if you'd like to keep the effect on there, you do need to hit your nail with some type of glue, or you can give it a quick spritz of hairspray. If you do use anything with alcohol in it or spritz like hairspray, make sure you have it somewhat of a distance from your actual nail. Go further back, because the closer you are, it's gonna psh, your ink everywhere. Alrighty, well, thank you for watching, and hang 10. Bye-bye.